Welcome to Geek Speak Live.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're off to a great start here. It's a Friday night. Are you right before you're having a heart attack on me?
Holy hell.
I've never seen you run that quick.
Hey, what's happening? I only just finished work like 10 minutes ago.
Did you? Really? Well, you've done well. I've been drinking since 8:30 this morning, so I'm in fine
You
form.
son of a bitch! I saw that video, that photo pop up, and I'm like, tonight's going to be
Tonight's going to be great because we've got a special guest coming on the show.
We do.
Tonight we've got a special author coming in to launch. Well, he's doing his launch of his book tomorrow. He's off screen at the moment, but that's his first book, The Burning of Elizabeth Barker. I talked about that on last week's show, and I tell you what, we have sold copies this week, Ginge. Sweet dollars coming in, and I tell you what, the response thus far, people are keen. So we'll be talking to, he's bald like me, by the way. He's a good-looking devil. He's coming on to talk about that. Mr. Neil Johnson, our local author. Okay, that's coming up later in the show.
I like that the hairstyle is what you needed
once you go bald, you start aligning yourselves with other bald men because they know the pain of losing your follicles.
Right.
I believe have we frozen there again?
No, that's the internet. That's your data.
Right, I'm just checking. Scott's got Friday night root. That's true, Scott.
Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen.
Helen's tuning in. Helen, hello. Where's your husband? I don't see him tuning in yet. Is he in the bar room or something? Give him a slap.
Once again, it feels like that scene from Wallace and Gromit where we're putting the railway tracks right in front of the train as it's going. We're making shit up as it happens.
I thought you were talking about cheese.
Well, no.
Go where there's cheese.
No. Oh my God. Whew.
You ever watched the Were-Rabbit one of these?
Yeah.
Curse of the Were-Rabbit, isn't it? I'm looking off screen. Is it Curse of the Were-Rabbit?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, good. My darling wife, our off-site producer. She's not our off-site producer tonight.
Oh my God, tonight's gonna be so loose.
So there's no one telling me not to swear or not to talk about certain topics. So
Wow,
it's going to be a fast and loose show tonight.
This is gonna be great.
Strap yourselves in. Geek Speak Live, filmed here live at Kaboom Comics. www.kaboomcomicsaustralia.com, where you can also buy copies of cool books like this. That's available at the moment as well on there. Burning of Elizabeth Barker.
Anyone that's in Toowoomba, come down tomorrow morning and
yeah, well, we're going to talk about that on the show when we bring Jono on. Now, you've got some news for us this week.
Yes, remember, was it last week or the week before we were talking about Scarlett Johansson being a little bit pissed off that she wasn't going to get paid.
She launched a lawsuit against Marvel. Against Disney.
Yeah, and Disney went, you know what?
Bye-bye, Felicia. They've booted her. They've
completely
cut ties. Now, you said there was a movie that they were working on.
Yeah, like we were saying that she was going to be doing the Twilight Zone movie.
Yep.
No, Disney just went, we're out.
Tore up the contract.
No, you're done.
Yeah.
I really want to swear.
You can swear.
But I'm just...
What the lesson is here is don't mess with the House of Mouse because they've got a ton of lawyers and they will fuck you every which way from Sunday. Scarlett's gone. I reckon Emma Stone is right. You're right. I reckon Emma Stone is probably going, you know what, I was going to launch a suit against Disney. I'll just quietly back away now.
Yeah, shush. I'm not going to do anything now.
Yeah.
Holy cow. What the actual...
Why are you scared of swearing tonight? What's wrong with you?
Because we don't have an off-site producer to go, whoa. Enough of that, enough of that.
She's driving to Brisbane as we speak.
Don't do those hand actions!
Well, I could be milking a cow for all you know.
You could be doing anything.
Anyway, she's on her way to Brisbane. She said she was going to tune in. She's like, but I can't comic, so she'll be driving like this while watching us on the screen.
Hang on, she's milking a cow.
While driving. It's a mess, an absolute mess. Hello, Helen said we are watching from the basketball car park.
Oh, awesome.
I love that the Clydens have their priorities right.
Exactly.
No matter where they are on a Friday night, Geek Speak comes first.
Now, remember, was it 2 weeks ago we were talking about Paramount Plus was going to be coming to Australia?
Yes,
it launched this week. It's already here.
$8.99 a month.
Yes.
And I looked at the wife preemptively when it came up the other morning. I went, nope. She goes, no, what? I said, we're not getting another fucking streaming service. We're already paying for... It's cheap, cheap, but so was Netflix when it started. Netflix is now costing me over $15 a month. We've got Amazon Binge, what's the other one there? Amazon Binge,
Stan.
Disney Plus, Stan. We don't pay for Stan, our parents-in-law do. And I pay for Netflix. So, yeah, and I'm not adding Paramount Plus to it. Fuck,
do you have to watch ads on those streaming platforms? Are there ads?
That's a good question.
Because Paramount
No.
Plus said, you know what? There's not going to be any ads whatsoever
I
on
don't
it.
think any of them have ads. No.
What about like KO and those sort of...
KO, yes, you get ads when you're watching some of the sport. You will
Okay.
get, but a lot of them are actually Foxtel ads because KO is Foxtel.
It's interesting though because CBS owns Channel 10, so it's all Channel 10's content is coming across to it as well. So it's all that CBS, NCIS, South Park.
But a lot of that stuff, is that already streaming on the Channel 10 app?
Channel 10 has an app called 10 All Access.
Yeah.
That is going bye-bye and coming across
Oh,
to
really?
Yeah.
So you've got to step up the cash now and get Paramount Plus.
Yeah. Well, 10 All Access was another paid subsidiary as well. So
Fuck, this is bullshit, isn't it? I mean, like, once upon a time, we were all happy, like, one streaming service, I'll pay this much
well,
a month.
Netflix was the one thing that everyone went
Yeah,
to.
and
but-
now it's like everyone takes a cut of my money each month. And
But, yeah.
I sit there over night time and I'm like, nah, I can't find anything to watch. Scroll. You know what we've been watching tons of? YouTube.
Really?
Travel blogs, cooking shows, stuff like that.
And that's free.
It's free.
But you have to watch ads.
That doesn't worry me.
Yeah, so CBS, which is South Park, Big Bang, NCIS,
Yeah, 'cause,
Lord of the Rings.
We talked about South Park last
The
week.
movie.
They signed a massive,
They did.
how many million? It was quite a few million
Is
deal.
it 90 million?
Something like that last week. We talked about
The
that.
Mission Impossible series, Transformers, Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's going on Paramount Plus?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Harry Potter.
It's already streaming on, which platform is it?
It'll come across.
Oh, yeah, but it's already streaming somewhere else now. And I own the box
Come
set.
Across.
You right?
I've got the shits.
What?
Look, can I just, look.
Please
look.
wipe the floor up.
Look. Okay. Completely on a different tangent. Justice League 2, right? We're waiting for another Justice
Oh,
League
it's not
movie
going to
to be
happen.
made.
It's not going to happen,
Right?
yeah.
But in an interview, old Momoa said, well, it was reported.
Old Momoa. Your mate Jason.
Jason Momoa. It was reported that Jason Momoa went, hey, Warner Brothers are waiting for me to direct Justice League 2. That's what it was reported. It was in text. It was everywhere.
Momoa's
It
not
was
a
there.
director.
Yeah. But all these reporters went, fuck yeah, we'll get in on this. But they didn't listen to the original interview. He went, Warner Brothers are waiting for me to direct Justice League 2.
They lost the
What
context
the
of it.
hell, man? You can't just report on shit and not... What do you,
Have you watched any of the modern news media? I mean, have you seen the shit we report on?
hang on.
I don't believe half of what we talk about most weeks.
So Ben Affleck is coming to Toowoomba and he's going to act in a movie. With
He's got a new love interest, and it's a handsome bloke that runs a comic shop, apparently. You heard it here first on Geek Speak Live.
I'm just waiting for that music. We need a little scroll at the bottom of the screen.
We will suddenly get a cease and desist from Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's press call,
Like, what the
going,
hell,
"What
man?"
the fuck?"
Since when? Have you got sources?
It's-
No, we have fellow diners.
I'll suddenly have J-Lo message me going, "You keep your hands off my man, chica."
I will cut you.
Jenny from the block will come here and sort me the hell out.
We're just enjoying making our own fun. Last week we spoke about the Addams Family,
Yes.
and we were saying about Eva Green was in contention in.
Can I just say, well, chat out, a couple people are watching. Helen Klein asked, is it worth it? Are you talking about Paramount Plus? Because, to be honest, I don't think so.
$8.99.
Paul said there's nothing on it. Donna said, how good was What If? We are going to talk about that, Donna. Someone hasn't seen it yet, but I watched it and I loved it. So we'll talk about that very soon. Paul said, Mayo shits me. When you want to watch two continuous games, it doesn't continue. You have to select the second game. I think you meant KO.
Yeah.
Paul.
Because mayo is a very white substance that.
Yeah, Paul, that's the wrong one. But I'll tell you what, KO, yes, I agree with you. It does, the game ends. It goes to the after game. And then suddenly you're like, shouldn't the second game be on? By the time you
missed it.
realise,
Yeah, okay.
you go back, you've missed the first 5 minutes or so of the
Well,
game.
you'd be a hopeless bastard, wouldn't you?
You're just having a dig at me because I forgot
Someone
to do it the other
did
week
it, yes.
when we watched the footy the other week.
Okay, back to the Addams Family. Eva Green was up to play Morticia Addams. Well,
Yes.
this week they went,
No.
that ain't happening.
No.
Because these two are playing the Addams Family.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, and I can't think of the other guy's name.
His name is Luis Guzman. Remember him from Crocodile Dundee 2?
Yes, he's been in plenty of things.
And also, he was in Arthur. Remember, he was the sidekick dressed as Robin in Arthur?
Yes. Louise, I like him. I do like. I love him as an actor. Do I think he is a good Gomez? Probably not.
Although, I think it's because they've gone back to the original cartoon and want him to look a bit like that.
Charles Adams' original
Rather
designs.
than Sean Astin, you know.
Who was the other one? Raul Julia?
Raul Julia?
Raul?
Raul. No, John Astin. Sean Astin.
You sound like a kitten meowing at me. Raul! What? Don't give me that look. Anyway, that's who they've apparently cast, is it? So Eva Green's gone. Done,
Eva Green's
dusted.
gone.
Damn it, I was really...
But Tim Burton is supposed to still be behind it. And
Really?
I don't understand.
As an executive producer?
No, as director.
Oh, shit, really?
But until yesterday, I thought, well, why didn't he get the original Wednesdays, you know, Christina Ricci back? She's having a baby.
Oh, there you go.
So I wonder if that's the reason why.
You couldn't wait till she pops the child out? And, that's probably a horrible way of describing that. I just had an image of someone there waiting with the catcher's mitt. You know, come on, Christina, you got to move it and shoot. Tim's waiting. Fucking cameras are rolling.
Come out.
How'd it go, Ginge?
Whoa!
That's a fast one.
It's interesting that tonight is Friday the 13th.
Hello, Joseph. This is the man that's got me in trouble today.
You son of a...
He said, don't forget, I'm going to talk about Doctor Who. We had a discussion today, and Joseph, I've got some interesting stuff to bring up. If you're a Whovian, I want to talk about some cool Who stuff later. I have a question to pose that I want to talk about. Anyway, Scott said, that is awful casting. Yes, we agree with you. And Joseph said, looking very happy, Todd. No, this is drunk, Joseph. Thank you.
And it's all your fault.
You know what? Podcasting with this guy makes me very happy. Now, what else you got there for us?
Can I play a trailer for you?
You can certainly.
I want to play this trailer for a movie that I've never heard anything about, and yet there is an actor in it that I went, holy shit.
Yeah.
All right, let me play it. It's a movie called The Protégé.
Most people are good. Some people are bad. But you're the rare gift. So get in and get out. You can always think on your feet anyway.
Not so much tonight.
We sent away so many prematurely. Either by my hand or through you.
We never sent anyone away who didn't have it coming. But we all have to pay for our sins eventually.
Meet you downstairs in the bar and her. Your rolled up sleeves in your skull t-shirt. You say why?
She's not gonna run. She's gonna lick her wounds, and she's coming after us.
And sniff me out like I was Tanqueray.
Someone killed a friend of mine because of a contract he completed years ago.
Oh, yeah?
You give me answers, I'll be the last thing you ever say.
Why don't you just consider it a mystery best left unsolved?
You know that I'm no good.
You keep this up, you're gonna die.
I just wanted to end their life. And anyone standing in my way.
You're intrigued by her. Curious.
Give us bad manners.
No. I'd really like to see you again, under different circumstances.
These are the best circumstances you'll ever see me in.
How good does that look?
Michael Keaton is the bad guy. You cannot go wrong. Samuel L. Jackson, The Protégé. Now, is it a cinema release? Is it coming to streaming? What's it going to
I
be
have
on?
seen no information about this.
It
but
just came out and you went, I'm just going to show that on Geek.
I heard September whisper.
Oh, well, that's
in
not far
inverted
off.
commas, but holy hell, man.
Now, you had something there before, speaking about a certain symbiote. Right?
Yes.
Now, I just sprung this upon you. You didn't even know about this. That apparently Venom 2 has been bumped again. So Sony have looked at the box office drubbing that Suicide Squad and Black Widow took and have gone, we're not going to risk it.
Wow, okay.
We're going to pull the movie back. We're going to delay release again.
Wow, okay.
Now, everyone, fans and everything, are just going, oh, for fuck's sake, Sony, just stream it. But apparently, look, as much as we go, yeah, we want to watch it at home, blah, 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 the money isn't there for these studios. They actually do rely on ticket sales.
Okay.
And it's the reason of all the shit going on with Scarlett Johansson and Disney, because, you know, yes, they'll get a certain amount of revenue, but the actors don't get it there.
So Fox has, I guess Fox don't have their own Fox Plus.
No, well, it's Fox is under Disney. So you're talking Sony nowadays for Venom.
Yeah.
Sony don't have their own streaming service.
Yeah.
They can stream through something. I can't remember who it is. They're attached to someone. But they've essentially at the moment just gone, no, we're pulling back. Venom 2 won't be coming out when it was meant to be because, you know, you've got different countries going through COVID stuff again at the moment. There's spikes everywhere.
What the hell, man?
So, yeah, people are a bit disappointed today when that news broke. And I was laying in bed this morning and I let out a little, fuck. Because I really want to see Woody Harrelson as Carnage. I reckon he's going to rock it.
Yeah.
I like Woody Harrelson as an actor.
Yeah.
I'm getting a nod off screen here, and like someone else he's a Woody Harrelson fan as well. Have you got any other little trailers you want to play first?
Well, we could play the trailer for Venom.
Oh, do you want to do that?
We could.
Well, I've ruined it for you now. You're like, well, I'm not going to see it for a couple of months.
You're like, well, fucking, why am I watching it now? Because I can't watch it anymore.
I'll just quickly say, speaking of streaming stuff, the wife and I did watch over the weekend Jungle Cruise.
What did you think?
I fucking loved it.
Really?
It was the Mummy, Disney's version of the Mummy rehashed. Okay, so young lady, archaeologist, treasure hunter gets hold of a cool artifact.
I like how I have seen it.
I'm talking about it to them. To these folk at home.
You're telling me how great
but
it is.
I'm saying the comparisons, right? So you got the young female archaeologist / treasure hunter who gets this artifact, drags her foppish brother along, just like in the Mummy. He was the drunk kind of dandy. They have to hook up with an adventurer, a bit of a con job adventurer. The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, this with The Rock, and they cruise on down somewhere, and then they get into all this mischief with reanimated dead people. So it's pretty much Disney's version of the Mummy, just on a river in the Amazon instead of Egypt, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but did you enjoy it as a popcorn film? No? I loved it. Paul Giamatti in it as well. As soon as I was like, that's like Paul Giamatti. I love him as an actor.
I felt like I probably would have enjoyed it if I was 13.
Oh, what are you saying about me then, Ginch?
It felt like it was just aimed at kids.
No, really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. What about the animation of the backgrounds and stuff that they were in?
I liked the way it was
looked like
done.
they were in the world of Roger Rabbit.
Jesus, really? You're going to pick it apart that much? Oh, well, I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
I mean, I thought it was okay, but...
I'll tell you the other one. Now, I'm pretty sure we didn't play a trailer for this on the show. Jolt. If I say Jolt to you, right? Amazon, it's an Amazon original movie, I believe.
I'm a little bit scared of that movie because of who was in it.
Who? Kate Beckinsale. I'd never seen a trailer. The wife sprung it on me cold the other night. She goes, let's watch this. I'm like, who's in it? She goes, Jai Courtney. I'm like, eh. She goes, Stanley Tucci. I'm like, yeah, he's pretty good. She goes, but the main actress in it is Kate Beckinsale. I'm like, I'm there.
You should have just started with that.
Yeah, you come out punching out the gate with the good one, honey. Although Stanley Tucci's an awfully good actor, and he's not a bad-looking bald chap. So there you go. Anyway, we put it on. And mate, I was hooked. It was balls to the wall action. They've set it up so you could do a sequel. If you haven't watched it yet and you've got Amazon Prime, you can go along and check out Jolt.
It looks very much in the vein of Kate and Gunpowder Milkshake.
There's a bit of we're in that it's like when a zombie movie comes out and everyone starts doing zombie movies. It's the hot thing for a couple of years. At the moment, the strong, kick-ass, super action, super bloody female action film is the current
Hey, I'm all for
trend. I am too. I'm enjoying most of them that I'm watching. Gunpowder Milkshake was phenomenal. This Jolt is really, really good. I'm looking forward to Kate with Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yes. Get your filthy eyes off her!
Okay, Ginge.
Thank you.
She's on your Hollywood Hall Pass, I'm guessing?
I didn't say a word.
Quick shout out to a few people who've tuned in. Raymond Cosgrove. G'day, Raymond. He's watching. Will Briz. Hello, Will.
Hey.
Good to see you. Porrig is watching. And Laura. Hello, Laura. She said, yep, enjoyed Jungle Cruise. There you go. Joe said it's based on the Disney ride. Yes, we've been on that together. This good-looking Brewster and me.
It was interesting that they kept some of that really bad humour that is actually on
because the guides do all that. Those really horrible jokes.
Look, it's the underside of water.
Yeah. Anyway, it was good. I enjoyed it. We're going to do a trailer. You got a trailer there for us?
Yeah, the trailer for Venom 2, remember? We were talking about that a long time ago.
I'll have another drink then. Take it away, Ginge.
All I ever wanted in this world is carnage.
Lady here. We should be out there snacking on bad guys. I am a predator. I need to be free.
You have got to get control of your aggression. Or you will get hauled off into Area 51. You live in my body. You live by my rules.
I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. Please let me fix it so I can play it again. You are a loser.
Eddie Brock, I want to give you my story. People love serial killers.
Please, why me?
What's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine. I have tasted blood before, and that is not it. All I ever wanted in this world is carnage. I'm not a crazy man. I am a vengeful one.
Oh, shit!
Whoa, where you going?
That is a red one!
You need to come out right now. I will let you eat everybody!
Promise!
I promise!
Oh, yeah!
Eddie, you feel like home to me. Like family.
Oh, wow.
You could just say I'm happy for you.
That was going to be us!
I am happy for you.
No!
God, I'm so sorry.
Not sorry!
This two needs some serious couples counseling.
Venom 2!
Yeah, how good does that look?
Yes.
It's been bumped. You're a bit upset they're using what song there?
I think they're using One Is the Loneliest Number, but they should be using an old version like that. They need to do the version by Filter.
You really
that was
like
in
it.
the X-Files movie.
Oh, yeah,
I'm just
right
saying.
on harshly worded
I'm just-
letter, Ginge. Now, by the
Sony,
way,
you sons of bitches.
through the magic of television, we've got a guest.
What?
Which camera are we on?
We're sorry, we're pretty poor here. We only got one camera.
Oh.
Trilogy. This is book 2. Book 3 is coming. You can't say too much about
I can't
that.
say too much about it.
No, don't want to give it away. But Jono, mate, as I said, we did this launch, the first launch, a couple of years ago for your first book. It was a massive, big success for you. You've hooked in. You've finished book 2. Talk us through it. You guys obviously can't give away
I
plot or
can't give
anything.
too much away, but there's a little bit of something for everybody in this one. I think certainly the characters have developed. I think Jay has developed a lot behind the scenes, so you're going to see a lot of advancement in Jay. But during this book, you get a lot more advancement with Gillian. So fans of Gillian are going to really get into that. But there's a bit of everything in this, and I can't say too much, but
I did hear that there's a cameo by two
there
good-looking...
is. In fact, there's more than 2. I think there's some old faithfuls from from Kaboom, and there's actually a whole chapter that takes place down here in Kaboom store.
Oh, really? There you go. So, yeah, and I hope you wrote about that handsome comic shop owner in a good way.
Yeah, handsome is a word I may have used,
but not for that character. Now, for those who haven't actually read the first one, Burning of Elizabeth Barker, give us a bit of a breakdown. Who is Elizabeth?
Elizabeth is a young girl, and around about 11 years old, she gets this mystical ability, and it manifests in the terms of like a bright blue flame on her. And the powers that she gets from that can depend upon the different person.
Right.
So she gets this ability, and again, for people who haven't read it, don't really want to spoil it, but it's a pretty cool ability that she gets, and it helps her get in and out of some scrapes. And there's a very real threat in terms of real life for her, but there's also a mystical threat coming after her and her
See, I
friends.
love that kind of thing.
So there's quite a lot going on in the first one.
Now, so this book, when you originally wrote it, the first book in the series, The Burning Of, what age group were you originally intending the book to be aimed at?
I was, well, kind of like Elizabeth's age, really. I was thinking more like, 11 through 13. But I think there's an awful lot of people, there's people our age who picked it up and enjoyed it.
They did.
I was going to say, can I be honest? The people that have bought it, and we've sold quite a few copies in the last week, okay, have all been adults, right? And they have all contacted me back and gone, they're halfway through, they're a quarter of the way through, and they're like, I am absolutely hooked.
Excellent.
It's adults digging it as much as the kids are, and I tell you what, that's the thing like Harry Potter. I don't know. Right? You're probably better looking than J.K. Rowling. But you know what I mean? Like, originally that book came out, it was aimed at young readers, but it captured adults and it captured imagination.
Everyone.
Now, I never read Harry Potter as a kid. I read it as an adult.
Yes,
And I remember thinking, because people I got funny looks. When I first started reading, it was 2011. I took the first book overseas with me on my first trip to the UK, and I remember sitting at the airport with my mate Brett, and I'd, we're going to be delayed another 2 hours. I'll whip out the book, and I'd sit there, and the looks I got from people as an adult, male adult, sitting there, and I was turning 30 on that trip, and they're just walking by, giving me looks. I'm sitting there reading the first friggin' Harry Potter book as a paperback, and I'm loving it.
But that's because I put the cover of 50 Shades of Grey on the outside of that.
That's why I was getting the funny looks.
Exactly.
I had a couple of women kind of eyeing me up and down.
How
like, hey, what are you doing? I'm like, she's really turned on by Harry Potter.
Have you heard of me?
Do you want to check out Dumbledore?
Have you seen do you want to see my Patronus? What's your Patronus look like?
Well, let's cue a few one jokes.
Yeah. Forgeticus.
Oh, me too.
I'm glad we get to enjoy our own enjoyment.
Laura just said, she goes, I like how Neil's spoiler-free insights are actually spoiler-free. It's a rarity, isn't it? Like, this is the gentleman, you're very similar to Ginger and I.
Hang on, no.
You hate seeing things spoilt by trailers and stuff.
Definitely.
And we're in this, it's been that way for a few years, where everything seems to get the best bits are put into the trailer.
Yep.
Like key moments, films,
the reveal,
TV series are revealed in the fucking trailer. We're doing it in comics at the moment with the solicitations that they're bringing out. This is a big story coming up. By the time we hit the solicitation for the second, third issue of the series, they've already given away plot points and stuff like that.
With the new Superman, I saw the new costume on the first cover of the first issue, and you're like, I have no idea what costume that is, and it doesn't happen until like the third issue that he changes costume.
They spoiled it as it was a retailer variant cover. It's the same with toys. So we get solicitations months in advance for pop vinyls, action figures, all this kind of stuff, tie-ins to different movies. We actually see character reveals for the big bads and everything else months and months before a movie will even come out.
Well, that's what happened last week. We saw the toys for Ghostbusters, so we know the three guys are in it.
Yeah, and that's what's happening. Like, they've ruined the days of going to a movie and actually getting genuinely surprised at the character that was revealed, or like, that's the bad guy, or comics. Actually getting to the end of an issue and here's the big bad guy, you're like, that was fucking amazing. Those days seem to be long gone. Everyone just, I need to skip ahead, I need to know what's happening. And you're like, no, sometimes a little bit of suspense is a good thing.
Yeah, I think you need it. You definitely need it.
You've, is there a lot of suspense in book 2?
I think there is. We've got two major storylines going on in that one. The story actually branches over to a point, so you've got two separate adventures and there's a lot of suspense for both sides.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Jono, got to say, good looking book. Want to give a shout out to the artist?
Oh,
he's
Steve
watching.
Wilson. Steve Wilson, what can I say? The man is a legend. He's actually done more work for this than I have. I just put a few words together. He actually wrote most of it as well. But he's done all of the art. He's put together, he's done all of the blocking of the book, all of the kind of typefacing of the book. He got all the samples. He spent months and months and months hassling the people who produced the books. And they never took any notice of us. But he just kept on going anyway. I mean, he's an absolute legend.
He is. And
so it's worth it just for this cover, I think.
Now, he's going to join you tomorrow for the launch at Kaboom Comics Toowoomba. He's going to come down and be signing comics as well.
Yeah, he's going to be signing too. Yeah.
Now, you're going to be there, obviously, signing, and you love to do little dedications to people in the book.
I do.
Now, do you do dirty ones? Does anyone ever hit? No one's ever.
No, this is a family show, right?
No one's ever hit you up to write a little dirty kind of thing to him. Maybe we should start a precedent tomorrow. If you've got something dirty you want Jono to dedicate in the book.
Hang on.
There you go. But yeah, no, seriously, these two guys will be down here signing copies, kicking off at 9 a.m. through till lunchtime. Here at Kaboom Comics, Toowoomba, 435A Ruffin Street, directly across from the sports club. You can't miss it. And I just want to read a couple of comments we've got
John
in here.
will be out the front in his G-Bang waving a placard.
He's got to sell books, so he'll be out there going, buy my book. Scott said it looks bloody great. It does look bloody great. It's a cover design. Both of these, side by side, look amazing.
Look at those spines as well. Have a look at the spines there, Tom.
How good is that?
How good would that look up on
your bookshelf? It does look good, and I should know because I've got them on my bookshelf. And they're fantastic reads. So there you go. Now, Johnny, you're going to hang around and have a chat about some regular geeky stuff.
I certainly
I've
am.
only just noticed your shirt, sir. Show the punters at home.
This was a birthday gift from Mr. Wilson, who did the cover of the book. And
you want to stand up just a tad?
Yep. This is actually the burning of Elizabeth Barker symbol. This is the flame here.
How cool is that?
Which is very stylised by Mr. Wilson. And he also did one for me with the drop, which is the drop which features on the spine here and on the back. So I've got another one with the drop on.
I was going to say, the third book, we know that the cover colours are going to be purple.
Yep.
Right?
Purple or magenta?
No, it's purple, dude. It's purple.
No, it's not. It's magenta.
Now, you're not going to give away any secrets of what the symbol will be for the third book, will you?
I think we've kind of talked a little bit online about it, how, each of these books follows an element in some respect. We've got the burning, which is fire, we've got the washing, which is water, and then we've sort of teased a bit of a leaf, and I've actually asked people, what do you think the third book's going to be called? So that kind of relates to Earth.
Have you had has anyone come close to nailing it?
I feel like one or two people have nailed what I wanted to have for the title.
Because Todd originally wanted it to be green and a leaf as for a fart. But I really didn't think that was in the vein of what was going to sell books.
You bitch. Thanks for throwing me under the number 9 bus, Jim.
You son of a bitch. Don't do this on live television.
No, I've got to ask, because people are asking. You've already started the third book?
Yeah, should be. To be honest, this whole thing has been... I must go anyway. The whole thing has been planned out for about 20 years. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. For about 20 years, I've had the whole story ready in my head. I just haven't...
Yeah. Because you've been a good mate for years. I know you're very well read. You read a whole wide genre of stuff. You watch nearly everything that comes out movie, TV-wise. So you don't lock yourself down to one type of genre either, do you? You've got other stories run around that head of yours. Do you see yourself throwing out some other series down the track after Elizabeth Barker?
There's another one that I started. I actually gave to Wilson the other day, which is much more directed at adults, and it's kind of it's way different to this. So
cool. What kind of genre do you reckon if you had to pigeonhole it? What would you kind of class it as? Maybe.
Probably like serious science fiction.
Ooh.
Bit of detective stuff in there as well. Ooh. So. Yeah.
So that's potentially another book down the track.
Yeah. Well, once I'm done with this series, I think I'm definitely.
Because that's it. There's only 3 books in the elements of Elizabeth Barker.
There is, as far as I've currently planned out.
Yeah, but never say never. Anyone, you can come back.
There's another 2 elements that we haven't looked at.
So you can do that
farting.
Yes.
Guess.
Old Windy Miller.
I'm just saying.
Well, we haven't got an air book, and Wilson and I were joking about that the other day. Like, what could it be? The farting of Elizabeth Barker, and there are all sorts of things that you can't really put the blowing of Elizabeth Barker. I don't know.
Have you seen some of the people that read this book? I wouldn't give it.
No.
Don't give them too much ammunition with that. The Washing of Elizabeth Barker by Neil Johnson. This fantastic chump here. Look at him. Look at that good-looking face. Give it
They probably can't see it because of the glare of the freshly shaved head.
Launching tomorrow. It will also be available starting tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. You'll be able to purchase this book through Kaboom Comics. Now, John, if people want a digital copy, there's Kobo, Kindle, Amazon.
Kindle off Amazon. We've got Apple Books as well.
Apple Books, if you're on. You've covered everything, haven't you?
All the formats you can get it.
Yeah.
But of course, the best place to get it.
Right here, Kaboom Comics, www.kaboomcomicsaustralia.com. Look for Elizabeth Barker. As I said, the first book is up there already, and tomorrow you'll be able to start purchasing this one as well. And if you're in Toowoomba, get your butts on down here. Come and join us, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. come and grab this guy and get a signature as well.
The artist Steve Wilson is online watching right now. He said we'll be selling shirts very, very soon.
He said the wafting of Elizabeth Barker.
The
wafting.
That's a good one.
It'll just be a photo of someone's hand going.
You'll have to speed lines on it to give the motion movement.
Just
yeah, there you go. The wafting of it. Look, see, Jono, we help.
Write this shit down. I like this shit down.
We should do a short film for you. But I tell you what, do you really want us doing it? This could end. This could end badly. And what else you got for us, Ginge?
Jono, I want to know your opinion about this. Being a writer, they're doing another reboot of Peter Pan. Right?
Yep.
Last year alone, they did 2 movies of Peter Pan. I don't even remember hearing about one of them. Right? Now, it's going to be under the Disney banner, but the guy who sold it said, get this. This is what the new Peter Pan's going to be. It's going to be the Revenant with flying kids.
Oh,
what?
no.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. He said, right, and he used one word. And as soon as he said this word to describe the movie, I went, no. He said, the movie's going to be grounded.
Oh, what is
All
that?
I can think of, if it's grounded, it's going to be Batman Begins. It's going to be absolutely realism. There's not going to be any
How can there be
fantasy
real
element.
life flying kids, Ginge?
I'm just saying.
Well, it's going to be grounded, so they're going to try and take off. Boom, that's it, done. They're done.
And then there'll be a whole thing of, children in hospital recovering with broken faces.
First stop past morning. Nope, that's not going to do it.
I mean,
Really?
I enjoyed Hook. You know?
Oh, Hook was great,
You know?
man. Hook was a classic.
Rufio.
Rufio!
I don't know why they need...
It's sad that term come to mean something completely different in the modern age, isn't it? You know what I had someone say to me one day, we were talking about that, and it was like, fucking roofies. Like, I mean, why do people use that shit? And he goes, it's a wrong name. I said, what? He goes, it's the wrong name for them. He said they should be called floories. I'm like, why? He goes, because you give it to someone, they're looking up from the floor. I went, damn, that's good marketing.
That's terrible.
I really don't think they need another Peter Pan movie early.
Did you watch the one with, was it Hugh Jackman in as?
No. It was just called Pan, right?
Yeah, I didn't mind that.
Maybe
we saw that at the cinema. I enjoyed it.
Because when I saw the trailer for it, I thought it was Pants. Like, it looked bad.
I didn't mind it. I thought
Really?
it was okay. Yeah, it was okay.
And he wasn't playing Hook. He was playing like Blackbeard or something.
because it's almost like the birth of Hook. You've got this character in there who obviously then eventually will become Hook.
Right.
There you go.
And I
He had
think
this
we're going to
weird
do more.
hair. Like, he shaved it back to about there. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
I'll have to give it a watch.
He's trying to make a break from the Wolverine haircut. That's all he's
maybe.
doing.
I tell you what I watched the other day, and it was upsetting but interesting to watch. Have you guys watched Val yet?
No. The trailer looks incredible. Val Kilmer.
It's a very it's sad, right? Because the guy always shot home footage, right, and on set footage and that with his camcorders over the years, and it chronicles his life. Essentially, his son is narrating it because Val can't speak anymore. So he's got he had a tracheotomy.
Yeah.
And so even when he covers the hole and he's trying to talk, they have to put subtitles. It's very right. You can't understand him. And so he now this is him telling his story through film, but he's got his son narrating.
Because his son sounds almost like him.
Yeah, very close. And it's a sad thing because, he lost his brother. They were super close. And his brother probably would have been an actor before Val. They were always making home movies and stuff like that. And his brother drowned, tragically. He was home alone and was in the jacuzzi and had an epileptic fit and drowned.
Wow.
Right? And so after that, the family kind of broke up. His mum and dad split. His dad was never the same. And right through... so Val, when he first moved out into a place of his own, he'd hang his brother's artwork up on the wall. All this, childlike drawings that his brother done because when he was a kid. And I can't remember which film. They even appeared in a film Val Kilmer acted in.
Wow.
There was stuff on the wall. He's made sure. So he's always done a tribute to his brother throughout his career. He's got 2 brothers, but it was his younger brother that always acted with him and stuff. Anyway, so then it shows him going to Juilliard. It shows him behind the scenes stuff when he got invited back to talk about it.
Is there stuff from Top Secret?
Yes.
No way.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I said to the wife, I was like, that's one of Wade's favourite movies.
Brilliant. It is brilliant.
And you see the way that his career went. Now, and this was a guy too, just as he was starting to hit his peak financially, his dad, who was a property developer, got into a bit of financial trouble and kind of said to him, look, can you help me out here to get this big development done in the Hollywood Hills, right? In the Valley, I think it was actually. And Val said he did. He kind of done it, and then it all kind of fell apart. And he essentially got the debt collectors knocking on his door. And he said, I had a choice to make. I either sue my dad or I write a check for everything I got. And he said, I couldn't sue my dad, so I wrote a check. So he lost a lot of his money early in his career. He married a British actress. He fell in love with her when he was over there filming, I think, Top Secret or a movie like that in the UK. And he would go along every night to the theatre she was performing a play in and watch her. And then he said, I used to follow the cast to a pub down the road, but he couldn't build up the courage to actually talk to her. And then, as fate would have it, a couple of years later, he got cast in a movie with her.
No way.
And they fell in love on set and got married. And, and stuff like that. But they divorced while he was in Australia. He got served the papers when he was filming Island of Dr.
Moreau, right.
Which, as we know, was already a troubled set.
Yes.
There's behind-the-scenes footage
No wonder
there.
he got a little bit pissed off during filming of that movie. He got really pissed off.
He was in a emotional place, and the director wouldn't communicate. The director was just being a real dick. And there's bits and pieces in this behind-the-scenes footage where the director's telling him, shut the camera off, or I'm not, I'll walk off the film.
Because he was the replacement director.
He was the replacement.
He's not the Richard Stanley who was supposed to direct it,
So there's all these issues going on. Anyway, he says, what was that, 95, 96? And by that stage, also hitting him up to do another Batman. They wanted him to come back. And he just like, nah. So he said, you can't. He said, honestly, being Batman, he said, I dreamt for years of being Batman. He said, but when you're Batman on film, he said, it's literally standing there and looking good. He said, it's picking the right angle. They'll tell you, stand this way, look at the camera. And he said, there's not real acting. He said, because you can't move. These suits are so restrictive. You can't turn your head.
Come
you can't
on, tell that to Michael Keaton.
He acted his ass off.
Yes,
but essentially, he said, so I couldn't go. He actually had moments, almost panic moments, in that costume.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah,
he said, so I thought I can't go through and film another one of these. So he knocked, and he'd been offered the Saint, and he went, I want to go and do it because I can play so many characters in one movie.
That was a great movie.
So anyway,
he
went from. So it was actually Island of Dr. Moreau. It was after that he started getting the reputation of being a difficult actor.
Yes,
right?
I do remember that in the media,
And it was pretty much after that a lot of the film roles started to dry up, the major film roles. Because you think about it yourself, you go, shit, I haven't really seen Val Kilmer in a big movie.
Yes.
You start looking at the chronological movies he started making. They all started tapering off. They were essentially
sort of B-grade
art house type, independent movies. Until Kiss Kiss Bang Bang came along, which even then, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang was not a major film.
I enjoyed it though.
No, but it was really, really good.
Yeah.
And he said, driving through, he goes back to his old childhood home and everything there where his brother died. And he's like, I hadn't set foot in this area since he filmed Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He said, I hate the Valley, hate coming back here. And so it's all this kind of stuff. His legacy, because he's got 2 kids, right? His idea of his legacy, he bought all this land in New Mexico with a river running through it, mountains, everything else, because that's where he lived. He didn't live in La La Land. He raised his kids in New Mexico. He said, I want to be away from all that. So like you get a different feel for this guy. We look at Val Kilmer, what we see of what was projected to us, and then you watch this and you go, this guy is not the guy we thought.
He was always projected as the spoiled brat kind of.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, completely different. So his idea, why he bought this land, and it got to a stage in, I think it was 2013, he wanted to make, he did it as a play, a one-man play, and it was the Mark Twain.
The Mark Twain,
Right? And so he travelled doing the shows around America to get enough money up to fund a film. But to fund the film, he had to sell the land off in New Mexico.
Wow.
Which broke his heart at the time. He said, because my idea was this was going to be a legacy to leave behind, not just to his children. He wanted to turn it into an arts community so that artists could come and just do what they want and have the space to film, to paint, to do whatever on however many hectares of land it was, right? He had to sell it to fund the film because he said, this is 2013, he was still in debt from his divorce. Now, he divorced in 96. And he was still in debt in 2013, right? Then he starts touring it over a couple of years, starts touring the show. It's getting rave reviews, and he gets into like there's clips out of it. You just go, holy, you wouldn't know it was Val Kilmer, right? Playing Mark Twain and doing these one-man shows. And then he said he was in Nashville for a show, and his voice went. And he thought, oh, that's weird. So I'll give it a few days to recover. A few days come and go. The voice came back, but not properly. He thought something's not right. And then he was coughing up blood. And that's when they rushed him to the hospital. And he essentially got given a choice. You can either breathe or you can eat. But to eat, you need to breathe. So we're going to have to put this in regardless. It's not really a choice, but you know what I mean? And so they and that was the end of him. That's the end. Like, he ended up undergoing cancer. He's in remission, I think. But he'll never be the same again. So he's turned his life, instead of just being an absolute emotional wreck or whatever else, he's turned it to art. He's actually created, I think it's somewhere near Malibu or something like that, like an artist studio. He promotes gallery openings for stuff. His house, well, it's not even a house. He lives in essentially a duplex, right? And it's not a flash duplex. It's not. You look and go, Val Kilmer, Hollywood actor. This guy be living in a McMansion. Yeah, it's this old school 1940s style duplex. And on one side's his daughter, and he's on the other, because obviously he still needs care. Yeah. So she's living there, and he's very close to his son, so his kids are very close with him. And he just does art. So he's got big books, and he's all cutouts from magazines. So making montage, is it
cool.
montage?
Mixed media.
Collages. Collages. Sorry, I'm gonna have a montage. I don't know why that was in my head, but collage. And so he does all that kind of stuff. So that's what he's turned to. And I think he's at that point where he goes, this is me. I can't talk. I can't act ever again. Yep. This is me still, performing in a way is through his artwork. So you get to the end of it and you go, oh my God, I feel depressed for watching it. But it is so fucking worthwhile. If you get a chance, Amazon, it's just called Val. It's something, it'll make you appreciate your own life. And it'll make you go, that thing I've been putting off, like writing a book or doing a movie or whatever else, it'll make you turn around and go, I need to get that done and get it out. So I've got something to leave behind. So people can go, I was there. So there you go, Val, give it a watch.
Cool. Moving right along, I've been checking out a new podcast, Jeremy Piven. Jeremy Piven, he's kind of... Let's not get into why he's not in movie roles anymore. Yep. But he's been doing stand-up comedy all over America, and he's been going really well. So he started up a podcast. The podcast is called How You Livin', with Jeremy Piven. Yep. Right? It's really cool. It's interviews with people that he admires or people that he's friends with, and it's really upbeat and inspirational type stuff as well. So I love those kind of things. I've always loved Jeremy Piven.
Laura's gone, sorry Tom, we've got the stream on mute until you start talking about Val. So someone wave at the screen when you're done. She said, only because we want to watch it for ourselves. It sounds like you basically told us the whole thing. Well, it's not a normal movie. It's a documentary. So there's so much in between that I've left out. Watch it for yourself. I mean, you're not giving away a plot because it's a real life thing. You know what I mean? Like, the plot is, this is his real life. He's who he is now because of the cancer. But it's really, really good. And he'll always be my favourite Doc Holliday.
Oh, definitely.
How good is he? And
the line is
which one? I'll be a huckleberry. I got 2 guns, one for each of you. Love it, absolutely. Because Joseph has actually said they love westerns, and that is and was one of my favourites.
Tombstone is an amazing.
And
way better than Wyatt Earp.
Scott's gone. Westerns are amazing. Love the classics.
Never bothered.
Been watching some 90s ones lately. Tombstone, Maverick. Oh, they're all great movies.
Maverick's a great movie.
Quick and the Dead.
Yes.
Quick and the Dead.
Sam Raimi.
Yep.
Spider-Man.
Young Leonardo DiCaprio.
Russell Crowe.
What's her name in that film? Sharon Stone had to pay his wage. They didn't want him in there. Yeah. And she saw him and went, oh my God, he's got to be the kid. Yep. And they were like, nah. And she goes, I'll pay his fee. So she paid for that herself.
Wow.
There you go.
Gene Hackman.
Yeah, I watched a Gene Hackman movie the other day. The wife and I watched Enemy of the State.
Whoa!
With
1998.
That's a great film.
You know what scary part is? Like, they're talking then about bugging phones. And you're like, we don't need any of that shit no more. The government's got all this shit here.
We gave them the permission to do it.
We did. It was a phenomenal friggin'.
Although there's one scene in it where they're looking at the security camera footage from inside the shop, and somehow they twist around it like the Matrix, and you're like, fuck off.
But the
security camera isn't on a track. We can't just zip around and see that he put the phone in the bag.
They actually explain it. They're extrapolating. it's
extrapolate.
a digital thing.
Yeah.
It's not actually that the camera.
Hey, I'm a video.
Did you realise how
specialist.
many big names are in that movie?
Yeah, it's good.
John Voight,
it's good.
Right? You've got Jack Black. You've got Seth Green. You've got Jake Busey. You've got Scott Kahn.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, tick, tick, tick. All these people who at that stage were all up and coming actors. Well, not John Voight, obviously.
Such a good movie.
Yeah, and Gene Hackman was phenomenal in that movie. But anyway, we watched that. We watched Top Gun. My wife finally got me to watch Top Gun. And I wasn't that fun.
Which is interesting because Val makes an appearance in Top Gun 2.
Yes, he will be.
I have seen some clips of Val in recent movies.
Have I ever ruined Tom Cruise for you fine folk at home? My father-in-law did this. He ruined Tom Cruise, right? We were the last Mission Impossible film. We went to see it together, him and I, in Brisbane. And just before the movie starts, you got the pot, you're sitting there, and father-in-law leans over and he goes, by the way, I'm like, oh yeah, and he goes, you'll notice Tom Cruise only has like 1 tooth right here. Enjoy. And I've just gone.
You spent the whole movie focusing on one.
Fucking what? And next minute up comes start. I'm like, and then I was like, fucking watching it. Smile, motherfucker, smile. And he does. He gets to the, and there's a big shot at the end of that where he smiles, like the screen fills up. It's Tom Cruise's face. And he's smiling. I'm like, it's fucking true. He doesn't have 2 teeth here. This one's across in the middle. And I'm like, once you've seen it, you can never unsee it.
Definitely You're like, it's Baby Huey.
It is. It's fucked. But yeah, and I got out of the film, and my father-in-law Laurie's like, "What do you think of that?" I went, "You ruined that for me because of the teeth."
Brilliant,
great film,
Son of a bitch.
Steve has said the F-14 Tomcat is the most beautiful plane in history. Thank you for that, Steve. I don't know why you had to tell us that.
Maybe a big Top Gun fan.
He might be. I know Gibbo is.
Yeah, Gibbo definitely.
Gibbo's a massive.
But I only watched it for the first time last year.
Did you?
All the way through. Because I'm like you, I saw bits and pieces when it was on. I never saw the whole thing.
It never grabbed me as a film.
I didn't enjoy it when I watched it.
No, same. We got to the end of it and the wife's like, can we go and watch number 2 for... It comes out on her birthday.
I watched number 2.
Yeah, and I will too. And the trailer made it look all right. But I'm like, I didn't fall in love with this film.
No.
I did not fall in love with it. Tell you what else we watched on the weekend.
If you're a teenager in the 80s, you probably would have enjoyed it.
You've got no excuse not to watch horror films with me anymore.
Why?
My wife actually watched Crimson Peak with me the other night.
Yeah, I want to watch that because I remember.
Oh, really? You want to watch it?
I remember. I've seen some stuff about it. And I'm like,
It's actually it's a more a Victorian. It's a Victorian horror, but would you even say it's a?
Yeah, but I like my horror, so I'm like not phased by any of it.
I prefer suspense or psychological horror. I don't like. I don't like the kind of horror.
There's a
the milking the cow type horror.
Some farmer's sitting there going, what is his problem with hating, what's the horror in milking a cow?
Yeah.
But anyway, so we've got, we watched that, and I quite enjoyed it. It was a bit weird in parts, but Jessica Chastain in it, and Tom Hiddleston, come on.
There's a new movie that's out on Netflix at the moment. It's a Russian movie, and it's just broken all these records, right? Where she's a vampire trying to subdue being a vampire, so she's taking,
sunlight pills.
Anyway,
she's licking sunlight soap.
Anyway, terrorists take over.
This shit writes itself, Johnny. You taking notes? This is in your next book. Come on.
Terrorists take over the plane, and she can no longer take the subdue medication.
Yeah.
So she ends up taking back the plane. I guess I haven't seen it, but. A friend of mine was watching the beginning of it, and he kept on watching like 10 minutes, 20 minutes every night. And he said, dude, this looks freaking awesome. Then he come to work the other day and he went, yeah, it was shit.
Because the trailer looks really good.
What's it called? Blood Red Sky, I think it's called.
Like that,
yeah. And I thought, wow, maybe because it's Russian.
Going back, do you know there's a whole ton of people loving On Hook, by the way?
Yeah.
We mentioned it before.
Yeah,
Hook was a good film. Good for, and Bridget. Hi, Bridget.
Hey.
Hello, Bridget.
Yeah. Say it in your sexy British voice.
Have I got a sexy British
voice? I just pull one out. Go on.
Hello, Bridget.
Yeah, there you go. Does that sound very British?
As British as it gets.
You need to do it with the finger.
G'day, Bridget. How you going? How you going, Bridget? Yeah.
That's his Australian bargain voice.
Yeah, how you going? Which camera are we on?
I'm not with these two.
Joseph has said, watch the Irish horror movie The Lodgers. Ooh, is it good? When you say Irish horror movie, does it have leprechauns in it? And are they stabbing people?
I think I've seen the trailer for this.
Have you? The Lodgers. But is it good? Give us a 10 out of 10. Let us know. Blood Red Sky.
Did you mean a rating out of 10?
Rating. Give us a rating out of 10. Sorry, we can give us 10 out of 10.
Yeah, please do.
There you go. What do we got here? Oh, Blood Red Sky is okay.
That's what we were just talking about.
Right. Oh, that's the Russian one. That's the actual name of it.
So it's all right, is it?
Did I tell you about the Russian I've started following this week?
Oh no! Does she know about this?
Yeah.
Have you following
she's a
her?
Content creator. Wilson knows because I showed him.
I hope you're doing it virtually,
Right.
not in person. Just following this girl around town.
Yeah, I fly to Russia every week and just look through a fucking window, Jid.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
No, she could be in town. You could just find out.
If I was, I tell you what, she is a dead ringer. She's actually doubles now for Scarlett Johansson.
Really?
She cosplays.
Well, Disney are looking for a replacement.
I'm looking for a replacement.
She full on, and she actually does stuff, cosplays and stuff with another girl who's a dead ringer for Margot Robbie, who cosplays as Harley Quinn.
Cool.
And so she has actually spun a career out of looking like Scarlett Johansson. She does all this content on Instagram and TikTok and all that. And then the other day, my wife sent me a TikTok of 4 people. She's one of them. They are all essentially body double. Like they could double. One of them's Tom Holland. I actually went, that's Tom Holland. It's not. It's a guy you'd swear.
Wow.
If you and this is the thing. If I was a celebrity and I found someone who looked that much like me, I'd be like, "You got a job. Come here. I will pay you. You can go and deal with this shit."
This
that I don't
sounds
wanna.
just like the new Drew Barrymore movie. Have you seen the trailer for this? Drew Barrymore is an absolute diva. Gets sent to jail, but she sends her body double to jail in her place. And I'm like,
you could do. I could do that shit. But anyway, this guy, he looked exactly like Tom Holland.
Okay.
There was another guy who looked like Jeremy, and full on dead ringer for Jeremy Renner. Right, and they all cosplay as in Marvel costumes and shit. And I'm like, if Marvel wanted to be cheap about it, Jeremy Renner can't do another film as Hawkeye. Come here, buddy. He's $100,000.
Well, remember the dad from Back to the Future? The dad from Back to the Future didn't want. Well, he wanted millions of dollars to come back for number 2. Yeah. And they went. So they got a guy and used the face cast that they took of him from the first movie, made a latex mask, and stuck it on this other actor.
Crispin Glover.
Yeah. No, there you go. So it's been done before, but yeah, these are people out there. And this chick, she's Russian, and yeah, she's a full-on dead ringer.
Cool.
Where's she rushing to?
Yeah.
Oh,
I swear the level of writing in his book series is better than that singer.
My tie.
Right there.
Can I?
Now I've got to. Yes, we've got to talk about Doctor Who.
We've got to talk about Doctor Who, but quickly, can I show you this clip from Michael Keaton talking about his new role in the Flash movie?
Yes, Flash.
When you put that suit back on, when you put the cowl back on after 30 years, what's going through your head and what sort of memories does it bring up when you put it back on?
It was shockingly normal. It was weird. And like I went, oh yeah, that's right. But also as you start to play the scenes, it was like a lot of memories, a lot of memories, a lot of really interesting like sense memories actually.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
How cool is that, man?
I'm pretty chuffed. I think he's just going to look great as 89 Batman. Well, yeah. 2021 Batman. Well, by the time it comes out, 2022 Batman.
I love Keaton as Batman.
I don't get the hate for it. Hey, like,
is there?
There's still people who go, "Oh, he's the worst Batman around." So you've seen fucking Adam West.
I follow all these
George Clooney.
I follow all these Facebook pages that says Michael Keaton is Batman. Michael Keaton is the best.
Yeah, but
Batman.
you don't deal with geeks like I do on a daily basis at the comic shop.
I get to exclude them from.
You do, and like Mr. Wilson said, the best Batman. Now, I learnt something today. I consider myself not a full-blown Whovian. My wife got me into Doctor Who. I remember watching some of the Tom Baker stuff with my older brothers.
Yes.
Now, you being British, you're very Doctor.
I do like a bit of Doctor Who, it's got to be said.
Yes. Now, but your favourite Doctor, sir?
It's got to be Tom Baker.
Yeah, like it's an age thing.
It's the one that you first were introduced to, I feel.
Yeah, well,
although for me, in the modern age, I thought Matt Smith was the best of them.
Yeah,
really?
We disagree on that.
Really?
I'm actually David Tennant. I love David Tennant.
David Tennant was great, but for me, Matt Smith.
Yeah, my wife's a Matt Smith. That's her favourite Doctor. But did you know, and you probably did because you're pretty clued on about this, but did you know out there, and this is thanks to my good buddy Porrick, my Irish mate, he tipped me off to this today and we were talking about it. Do you know there's another Doctor? There is technically, like we know that William Hartnell was the first Doctor. Patrick Troughton is considered the second Doctor, and then every Doctor is numbered since then. Do you know there's another guy in between who, for some reason, has never officially been labelled in the chronological order as the second Doctor or a Doctor?
He's not canonised.
He's not canonised. He's done 2 movies back in the 60s. Peter Cushing is the actor. Now,
this bloke here,
that guy right there, that's him as Doctor Who right there.
You know why? It's because he blew up Alderaan, son of a bitch.
Colours were in those 2 movies. That wasn't brought into the modern age until a lot longer down the track that they actually gave the Daleks multiple colours. No merchandise, never. You know when they do the official, like they'll do artwork that shows all the Doctors. Now they've even got Paul McGann in there. He's listed.
Who is the greatest Doctor? Thank you very much.
He's listed.
He's the greatest Doctor.
He did one.
Who else rode a motorcycle?
He did one fucking film though. That was it, wasn't it? Right? He went from he regenerated from Sylvester McCoy at the start of the movie. In the movie, and then they just brought in Christopher Eccleston when they rebooted the series, didn't they? Paul McGann is still considered in canon. There's merchandise. You can get pop vinyls based on him.
The audio books.
He's voiced those. He's had comic series based on him. Peter Cushing never had anything. Never had an action figure. Never had a pop vinyl. He's never included in those pieces of artwork that show all the Doctors. He's not... Technically, he's the second fucking Doctor.
Yeah, he is.
But he's been... Wait.
He blew up Alderaan.
Why? It's not because of that.
This son of a bitch, he blew up Alderaan?
Can anyone tell us, if you're a bit of a Hoovie, can you tell us why? Put it in the comments, let us know. We can talk about it on a future episode or something. Do you know why?
I don't. I recall bits of the films, and I don't think there was a TARDIS in it, but I could be wrong about that. It's such a long time.
I read up on that today. He actually did have a TARDIS. It was a blue telephone box.
Right.
So, and he had... his granddaughters, I think, the same as William Hartnell, where it's his granddaughters or whatever.
Yeah, there's definitely family members involved.
There's family members in this, so that's why I'm saying, technically, he would be classed as William Hartnell's successor. He came before Patrick Troughton. He should be the second Doctor.
I agree.
Why is he not? We should rectify it. We should hit up BBC and go, oi, BBC, get your shit together, and retcon it.
Is it because the BBC didn't make the movie? Maybe.
Don't know.
Is it a bit like the Bond movies where Sean Connery coming back for Never Say Never Again technically isn't a Bond movie because it wasn't made by the makers of the original series? Is that the way around it? Maybe.
Paul asked, was he shit? Apparently not, Paul. Apparently people...
He blew up Alderaan. He was shit.
It's Peter Cushing, man. He was brilliant.
I've talked to a few people today since this news came to me, and we got talking about it. And everyone who I've mentioned to who'd gone, I have seen those, and they were good movies for the 60s. 1965 and 1966, I think they were, that they came out. And they were colour. Now, remembering...
Were they both colour? I seem to think... I've got an image in one in black and white.
One might have been.
I seem to think of...
okay.
But Patrick Troughton was still in black and white at the beginning of his run, wasn't he? As the second Doctor. Well, I'm going to refer to him from now on as the third Doctor. But yeah, there you go. So I'd like to see a bit of a push by the fans out there one day to get BBC to recognise, at least do an action figure of him. How good did he look there as the Doctor? I thought he looked with the little mo and everything else. I thought he looked fantastic. Peter Cushing.
Do you remember that old joke by Rodney Roode? Saying that Peter Cushing should have married Whoopi Goldberg?
Her last name would be Whoopi Cushing. Oh, that's low-hanging fruit, but we'll go for it.
Ching. Thank you very much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Any more comments below you want to ask just before we go tonight?
Hit us up. Any questions for this good-looking gentleman here, Mr. Neil Johnson, author of The Washing and the Burning of Elizabeth Barker, soon to be The Fluffing of Elizabeth Barker.
We never know.
The wafting.
The wafting.
I was thinking about what you could write in mine. It said, Dear Ginge, this cover is red just like you. Neil. No? Maybe? Why not?
We got a red pen today, especially for the occasion.
We could do. Bridget said, anti-grav motorcycle, anyone? And apparently we were frozen again, but we've come back. There you go. I don't know why that keeps happening, but it does. Any books? Have you written? Have you read? Thank God that's the end of my whiskey. Have you read any good comics lately you want to give a shout out to, by the way? Any good series people should read?
Probably the most interesting thing I'm reading at the moment is Radiant Black, and I really think more people need to go on that. I know you're getting the trade in.
First volume comes out in about 2 weeks' time.
And the cover of that is absolutely stunning.
Superhero book?
It is it's like old Spidey. It's like the beginning of a superhero, and he's just starting on his adventures and getting his powers.
And you've been giving that a pretty high rating.
I do. I would give that a 9 out of 10 as well.
Oh, there you go. So that's Radiant Black that comes out very soon at the comic shop as a graphic novel.
Steve Wilson just asked, when's the third book coming out?
He hasn't been paid for the other 2 books. Why is he asking for a third book?
He's just locking in his contract. That's what it is.
Joseph just said 2012 Irish horror movie Grabbers.
And you could only survive if you were drunk. Great movie. I'd be great in that.
You'd be fucking sick.
We should do a short film based on that, where this guy keeps getting nearly murdered by like a serial killer, but he keeps getting away because he's drunk. I reckon that. Hey, you want to write up a script?
I feel like it's already written in whatever you drank this morning.
Yeah.
I feel it's already there.
Paul said, who is the next Doctor? There's no locked in. There was a rumour it was a red-headed British comedian.
Yeah.
And
I don't know his name though.
No, neither do I, but apparently that's scuppered. They've gone, no, that's not true. So
why not? What have they got against Gingers?
It wasn't
you
that.
racist bastard.
He he was he's an openly gay actor, and he would be bringing a different feel to the Doctor if he had done it. Apparently, he was in the running. He'd kind of gone, I'm keen, and they've gone, no, we're going in a different direction, but they haven't said what that direction is yet.
Idris Elba. It's got to be Idris Elba.
Reese can do anything. He's going to be playing Bond. He's going to be
big dress.
Reese just said James Acosta. Is that the guy's name?
James Acosta? I'm not sure. I don't think so.
No, I don't think it was James Acosta.
No. Helen's back watching again. Did you just drive home from basketball, Helen? Anyway, any questions for the crew before we end? And can I see some love hearts for this gentleman here, our guest of honour tonight, the author of these fantastic books? Let's get some love hearts flowing. Are you ready? Are you watching this? Look at this. They'll start.
Look, this is interactive television. Look at that!
All of the love. And Donna said, what if we had an Aussie Doctor? I would like that, but would he still get around in the blue TARDIS?
Yeah,
or would
would
it be more a Telstra phone box?
Which is weird, but did you notice that Telstra has made phone calls free from phone booths? What? In Australia now.
What?
Yeah, they haven't publicised this.
Are we getting paid from Telstra to publicise this?
You can go into any phone booth if you can find one, and you can call anyone for free in Australia now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
oh, I'm gonna make
we are going to make so many, dodgy phone calls.
I'm going to swear, and I really apologise for the use of this word, but when Donna asked what about an Aussie Doctor, could you just imagine an Aussie Doctor? Like, imagine if he goes up against the Dalek. Oi! You tin prick.
I think it'd be a lot harsher.
Donna just
I was going to say another word. I thought, I won't. There's another C word, but I won't say it because my wife, even though she's driving, will send me a message. Stop now.
She'll pull over and make that comment, I think.
Donna just said, what about Russell Coy? Yes.
Oh, yeah, man, that would be perfect.
Reese just said, which Hemsworth would you like?
We'll take the fat one that's not very well known from Westworld. Which one's he again?
The fat one from
you need to get Barry Hemsworth, the guy that owns the
car dealership.
Car dealership, yeah.
No, you've seen Westworld?
I saw the first episode.
Right, well, you probably don't know you don't know who I'm talking about. But there's a security guy in that first and second series. He's a Hemsworth. He's the unknown brother. He's a brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the oldest one.
I don't know, man.
Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, people look and go, well, you're no one to talk, Todd. But, he's probably a little bit better looking than this, but he ain't no Chris and he ain't no Liam.
But see, you out of your brothers are the best looking. So,
hands down, we know this.
So I'm just saying,
we know this.
It's I'm not going to say low hanging fruit, but
what did Bridget put? Come one. How about either of your three? No one ever wants Luke Hemsworth. That's him.
Luke Hemsworth. That's it.
There's Luke, Liam, and Chris. Well, Luke, Chris, and Liam, I think is how it runs.
And Barry owns the car wash in Byron Bay, right?
There you go. Folks, give us some love hearts for my guest and my co-hostess, Mr. Wade Copson, tonight. Give us plenty of love hearts, lots of thumbs up if you're looking forward to grabbing a copy of this tomorrow.
Yeah, hope to see you tomorrow.
There's the thumbs ups. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Neil Johnson, author.
Thank you, gents.
for appearing on the show tonight.
He'll be here at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
9 a.m. sharp.
I'll be sober because this is my last drink of the night.
Really?
My co-host with the mostest, Mr. Wade Copson.
Wake up on the pots and pans. Thank you very much for tuning in once again to Geek Speak Live.
I've been your host. You've been watching Geek Speak Australia, filmed here at Kaboom Comics in beautiful downtown Toowoomba City. Until next time, stay geeky.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.